Well, howdy YouTube gamers, welcome. So I made myself a throwaway save file that has quite the amount of the Sovereign Sigils. As you can see, we are talking about quite a sum, and we are going to spend just a little bit of it on the random relic rolls in the Sovereign Sigil shop. To answer the question if that's even worth to pull on the relics in the first place, at least using the Sovereign Sigils, yeah? I think this video is a nice follow-up to discussion I have sparked like a few days ago about so-called god rolls and if it is actually okay to use cheat engine to create yourself almost impossible relics. So yeah, that will be about it, and let's jump into the actual highlights of the stream I have concluded yesterday. And the results might surprise you. We're expecting like really good rolls since we are using Sovereign Sigils. So starting with the first one. Oh, look at that though! All of these actually working well with Executor. Executor, especially if you are like using your ability decently, is dealing shit ton of the posture damage, so improving critical hits working pretty well. On top of that, ultimate art gauge +3 is just fucking good, all things considered. So yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this one. The first good roll. Honestly, funny enough, look at this relic in particular. Become difficult to spot and silence footsteps after landing critical hit from behind. And then like a swell punch in position, and then like a change compatible Arnine skill to White Lure Shadow. Honestly, technically, it has synergy. It's like no good relic whatsoever, like from the meta perspective, but this is actually good relic when it comes to synergies between each other. I probably would keep it because of the synergies between each other for the potential meme runs. That being said, we are essentially looking for god rolls. Like, so we are actually looking at perspective of meta play, and because of that, I am going to skip it because yet again, on its own and between the passives that you have within the relic, it is actually pretty fun, it's pretty good, but it's not a god roll from the perspective of meta, let's call it, yeah? That one is interesting. Look at that. Executor character skill boosts attack, but attacking drains HP, and then partial HP restoration upon post-damage attacks. Question is, because I never used this type of combo, is the partial HP restoration upon post-damage attacks actually working with that first passive for Executor? I'm going to lock it in, and I'm going to check it real quick. HP taken, but nothing being restored, yeah? So yeah, like, it doesn't work at all. Well, Relic doesn't have synergy pretty much, yeah? So yeah, this one essentially is not good at all. Even though, like, you know, looking at the third passive, it wouldn't be a good Relic anyway, at least within our expectations, yeah? Oh, look at that! Every single of these slots in there working with Wilder. Strength +3, essentially like the more strength, the more likely you can actually utilize 200 bonus of 1.5 multiplier. Physical attack up +2 is the max roll. Demigod roll, it's solid. Okay, we're gonna actually mark it then. No synergy, no synergy, no synergy. Oh my god, that's about it. Holy shit, dude. Okay, so throughout 200 rolls, watch it, we got 2 good rolls. To make things clear, dude, you have to go onto the expedition against the Everdark Sovereign boss fight. That is usually like, well, it's quite hard, yeah? So like, let's say like 30-40 minutes, even like 50 minutes, yeah? Of expedition time to get like a 1 attempt on the roll of the relic from the Sovereign Sigil shop, because yeah, you actually get only 5 Sovereign Sigils for 1 expedition. You get 0 for the lost one. 5 Sovereign Sigils equals like a 1 roll. We're going with another 100, yeah? Look, it actually improves character skill attack power and partial HP restoration upon post damage attacks. So like, post HP restoration, honestly, on Duchess is probably not that good, isn't it? And if that would be Raider, then you want to get hit as Raider. So like, HP restoration is actually fantastic on the post damage attacks. Endurance would work well with Raider because you never have enough of endurance. Technically, it's not a bad roll. It's actually, in fact, very good roll for Raider, not for Duchess though. So I probably am not going to save it. Still a good relic. Yeah, it is good relic, but we are aiming for like actually very good relics. I would probably keep it as okay relic, but would I actually ever use it? Oh, look at that. We got +3 vigor and +3 arcane on Ionai, and the also extension of his weak point. +3 vigor is appreciated, I would say, on Ionai, because survive ability is important, even though Ionai usually do not get hit. And then arcane +3 is very good because you are not scaling with arcane. Like the base is 10. And with leveling up, the arcane doesn't go up. So having that additional arcane is pretty cool, I would say. You can fill up status effects faster. But now question is, since we do not have on this relic a passive that would add poison or like a bleed effect to our bow, then honestly, I don't know what to think about it. Like technically, relic on its own doesn't have synergy with itself. It might have synergy with other relics. It might be actually decent relic, all things considered, but is it a god roll? If you would get this relic from the Sovereign Sigil gacha, would you actually be happy? I would say that I wouldn't be happy about getting this one from such expensive gacha though. What do you think about this one though? Look, we get information about treasures up on the map. You can route for the chests, and these chests can give you insanely good loot. +3 vigor, survivability is appreciated on almost every character, and the character skill cooldown reduction is +3. It could be like decent on, for example, Ionai, on Wilder probably. How high do you value those chests though? That's a very good point. Like technically they are RNG based, yeah? They can give you insanely good shit. They can also give you the storm keys, but you do not have it guaranteed that they are going to be nearby you. So probably like because the treasure marked up on map passive is still like not very consistent, then we probably just cannot really consider it as very good roll. You would need to have like a giga insane roll on different relics in order to use this one, I have feeling like. It could be good filler, but we are looking for very good rolls. But I think we are skipping it, yeah? Even though like it's not a bad roll at all, but yeah. Nothing crazy so far. I hope we are going to get at least one relic out of these 100 rolls, because it's kind of ridiculous, dudes, that we didn't get anything that would actually justify pulling with the Sovereign Sigils. Like previously it was bad. It turned out that we have been lucky to get like a 2 good relics within like 200 pulls. Like now we are pulling another 100, and within that 100 we are almost at the end. We still didn't get anything good. What is that though? Physical attack up +2 on Rider. Damage taken while using character skill improves attack power and stamina. This is very good. But Starlight Shards do not really have synergy with Rider, dude. Especially in the early game. You are not benefiting out of it. Physical attack up +2 is like +5% apparently to the physical damage. So yeah, like I would say that's a skip. Damn, the max FP permanently increased on Duchess wouldn't be that bad. Especially because legitimately one of the best builds that you can give Duchess is actually purely mage focused, like in the meaning that like she's just casting sorceries. But then like that dagger chain attack passive doesn't really synergize well in such case with the second passive, and then like ultimate art gauge is +1 only, so I think that's a skip. Yep, that's about it, guys. Literally every single roll out of that 100 rolls that we got in total in that batch is out of the window. Like we actually still are on 2 god rolls, and we spent 1,500 Sovereign Sigils. That's 300 fucking enhanced bosses runs. Like, of course you get in +25 of Sigils initially for the first kill, but if we are going to ignore that, and, you know, we initially going like, you know, every single time there is like a new boss, we are going to use 12 to actually get ourselves like the boss relic, then like, frankly, this is insane. It's still like easy, like, I don't know, like 290, yeah? Runs to get ourselves that money rolls. Okay, let's go further. This is actually synergy here. Oh my god, look at that though. We got actually a good roll. We got Wilder's very good passive, essentially like pretty much like the best passive for Wilder, arguably. And then we got actually synergy between Chilling Mists and Frost affected enemies. Yeah, that's without a doubt actually a good roll. Hell yeah, we got one, finally. Caligo Relic on steroids? Yeah, pretty much. It actually is. Nice. Maybe this batch of Relic's going to be more lucky. I really hope so. I certainly hope so. Oh, look at that. I wonder if it wouldn't be good for Duchess. Because look, Duchess is basically a Spellblade that from the meta perspective is absolutely amazing, as she's like kind of a mage, but she initially has to scale up. And throwing in like the dagger attacks, it's always worth it, and she does a lot of the successive attacks in her dagger chains. And then like since she's more of a melee character, even as a spellcaster, everything synergizes here. The only problem is that Sorcerer's Rises are RNG based, and you might even have situation where there is not going to be even a single Sorcerer's Rise on the map. It's rather unlikely, but there is a chance something like that could potentially happen. So like I would say this is actually good roll for Duchess, but the question is if I would be really using it. I want to see something though. Let me actually see like if we could synergize it with one of the guaranteed rolls or like guaranteed relics that you can buy. Not here. What about here? Damn, dude, but existence of this relic as something that's basically guaranteed because you can just buy it. That one is very good on Duchess. Having 3 staves actually increases your maximum FP. Then you have also like maximum FP from the rises. Now actually I'm thinking, could you potentially swap this one out for the one that we just rolled on? Would be it worth it? Because yeah, this relic is actually very good on Duchess if you are like, if you want to play like kind of mage Duchess. And yet again, Mage Duchess is actually insanely good. It's genuine meta. So question is, could you potentially like +3 staves is pretty solid too, because you can just get the staves from forts. Yeah, exactly, it's consistent, whereas this relic is less consistent. Yeah, if you are not going to get enough rises, like this relic is just less efficient in comparison to the one that like actually guarantees you FP from the staves, because you are going to get these 3 staves throughout like the match. Remember that new Gnoster relic exists? Let me actually see. I don't remember what it does. Right, and that one actually restores FP upon successive attacks. And then increase maximum FP. Fuck, dude. Okay, you know what? I don't think this relic has that much of the value. I like the +3 vigor on Duchess, like giving her potential survivability. But would I take this one over like other relics? If it would be green, then maybe I could consider it. In particular cases, it could be more worth it. Otherwise, it could be good, like, let's say with this urn. But would I actually want to use it? Especially because here we do not have like a yellow slot. And if you would do like a mage focused Duchess, then you want to scale to the end game. If you want to scale to the end game, you want a yellow slot probably, yeah? Because yellow slot gives you this insane relic over here that increases your damage up to like 40% for clearing up the Everjails. Yeah, unfortunately, I do believe that I am not going to save this relic. I am scratching it. Like, I don't think this is actually good enough roll to justify pulling on it with the Sovereign Sigils. So let's go next. Well, I don't know what to tell you, gamers, but across 400 pulls, we have 3 good rolls. And, you know, I get it. You could say that maybe I'm a little bit too picky, but even if I would be less picky, and I would actually keep the relics that I was considering initially to pick, it would be still less than 10, dude. It would be less than 10 rolls, yeah? You know what? Let's be generous. Go with 10, yeah? 2.5% essentially of the overall relics were worth keeping in case if I would be like a less picky about the rolls. So far, it's 3 rolls that are legitimately very good. It's less than 1%. Dude, it's insane so far. And I don't even know if there is a point to keep on rolling. Let's do like 500 rolls. Damn, this is another relic that could be absolutely goated if instead of that endure +3, we would get like a swap of the starting armament damage to holy. Do you think From Software ever changed the relic system? I certainly hope so, because lack of ability to roll on like individual parts of the passives of the relic is absolute BM. You should be able to roll these particular passives, because it would actually diminish like RNG related issues by so much, dude. Successful guarding on welder. This one has anti-synergy because you cannot have storm stomp on the bow. Holy fuck, dude, this is actually terrible. Ladies and gentlemen, 500 rolls, 3 god rolls. In total, maybe less than like 10. Like maybe 10, maybe like 11, like somewhat decent rolls, which would give us still like a below like 2.5% of the total rolls. 2,500 Sovereign Sigils used in total, which is like how much? Dude, you would have to do around 490 expeditions in order to allow yourself to even like attempt these rolls. 0.6% of the total rolls are actually usable for us, like genuinely good. Like, bro, house always win, apparently. This is so bad. Nah, just get lucky, right, dude? Like, I'm pretty sure if we would roll another 10, it would be 10 out of 10 usable relics. Trust. Dude, holy shit, this is fucking crazy. I hear the rates in normal Gamba are as bad, if not worse. There is a difference though, like, let's see it like this. We are going to use normal mercs. 6,000 mercs is basically 2 expeditions. Yeah. So here we got very unlucky and we got 0 potential god rolls because we got literally not even a single purple roll. Now we are going back and going to sell it. And look, practically half of we just spent, we can actually get back. You cannot get Sovereign Sigils back in any way, shape or form because you cannot like sell for them. You cannot sell like, you cannot get like Sovereign Sigils through selling the rolls, yeah? Here we got like a 1 potential chance for the god roll, 2 potential chances, 4 potential chances for the god roll, and every potential like a roll that is below like 3 rolls we can immediately sell. And of course we can also like in this particular case we didn't like anything here. We can sell all of them and we get 4,100 mercs back. I would say that rolling on the mercs just makes so much more sense. Like someone would have to make a math, but I am almost certain that efficiency on rolling with regular mercs instead of Sovereign Sigils is just so much better. I am personally definitely not going to roll with the Sovereign Sigils. I don't think that's worth it.